everybody. Good evening. What's going on tonight? What's up, Arcane? What's up, Mizroy, Satellite, Zem? Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing quite good. It's been a pretty solid day, a busy day. I have been running all over town today, doing stuff, sometimes literally. Wednesday is one of my big jogging days. I made it up to the beach today and back. But yeah, I had a lot of child ferrying to do, other stuff to take care of. It's a bit exhausting, but it was also very satisfying. Today was pretty good. Holy heck, how about that Donkey Kong now? So yeah, Switch 2 is basically all of the gaming news today, isn't it? Good evening, PM Collector Boy. Good to see you. Red Faction Gorilla. Well, I feel like the real big news is definitely not Bloodborne 2, right? I feel like if anything is going to arrest people's attention, that's going to be it. If anything is going to get people's minds off of the Switch 2's price tag, it's that. So I'll give Nintendo a little bit of credit. They do seem to have stacked the deck in their favor. But yeah, I didn't watch the Switch 2 direct. I watched, what did I watch? I watched the Duskbloods trailer, and I watched the Mario Kart trailer. That was it. But I mean, the odds of me picking up a Switch 2 anytime soon, vanishingly low. My kids have more or less transcended the use of their Switches. My older daughter does her own thing, and my younger daughter plays Roblox. So I may get one day, or I may not, you know. I don't have any current generation consoles right now. Well, I have a Switch. That is the current generation console. I do have a Switch. Partly for my original Switch was free. I was gifted my original Switch. So, I never got a PS5, I never got an Xbox, whichever one they're on now. So yeah. Good evening, Manic. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So this was not the range I was expecting, those game prices. Yeah, they're taking a gamble that I think pretty much every publisher wants to, which is to jack up game prices. It's long been noted that video game prices have not kept up with inflation. But I would counter with, they shouldn't. The video game market today is a completely different place than the game market was 30 years ago, and games should not cost proportionally as much when you have like 1,000 times more variety and competition than you did then. So and yes, arguably an even more important point, income has not kept up with inflation. So yeah, be very careful what you try to peg to inflation. You might get pegged in return. Not in the good way. Seems weird to have boutique prices for games that are not that unique. I mean, I think if anybody can do it, and get away with it, it's probably Nintendo. You know, people want to play Nintendo games. I think of all the first parties ever, really. I think Nintendo has the most desirable video game experiences. Like, there is. We talked about this when I did the night of Super Mario Wonder. Like, yeah, I've played a shitload of Mario games. I still have all my old Mario games. I can go back and play my old Mario games whenever I want. But there is something special. There is something transformative about a new Mario game. No matter how familiar it may seem, there are a few things that transport you back to your childhood, like a fresh Mario game. So, they may get away with it. They may not. We'll see. You know, video games did reach a point in the 90s. They kept edging the prices up further and further, and eventually they had to stop. And in fact, they had to pull back from that. Like, video game prices did eventually peak around $80 in the 90s, for those of you that weren't around or don't remember. And they scaled back from there. That was as far as they were able to go, without, you know, being a collector's edition or having some insane peripheral pack-in or something. So, it was inevitable that they were going to try it again. The vast majority of the video game industry cannot afford to take that gamble. They will lose, and they know that. Nintendo has one of the best chances of making it work, but I'm not convinced they will. Saw $70 price of the Power Hours, and I thought, wow, same as it always was. I know my original copy of Final Fantasy III, what we now know as Final Fantasy VI, on Super Nintendo, was $80. That's as high as I ever saw a console game get. Nintendo pushed it that high in the 90s, but it didn't stick. Thank God. Really gonna scale back because Sony became a serious competitor and challenged Nintendo's pricing scheme. And I mean, you know, a big part of this will be, what does the rest of the market do? Will Sony and Microsoft stick to their guns, stay at the $50 price point, and leave Nintendo dangling out there? Because then they absolutely will fall on their face. If they decide to follow suit, if they decide to move the entire market in that direction, they have more of a chance together. But again, this isn't the 1990s. You know, it's not just the big two or big three competing to put out games. You have a vast, practically infinite swath of indie games and self-published games and stuff, and people just don't have to play your big AAA game. AAA gaming has been struggling with this for decades already, and trying to push the price point up, especially now, when the American economy is in the middle of committing unerotic asphyxiation on itself. I don't see a whole lot of promise in it. There's a new C button, voice chat, video chat, and that's right, the C stands for cost, because you have to pay a subscription fee to use any of it. Anti-erotic, yes. If you're $80 Final Fantasy VI, but now knows Final Fantasy III is worth it, not tempting. You know, the year that I got Final Fantasy VI, I got Final Fantasy VI in like one other game, and that was it. You know, there was more of an argument for $80 games back when you could expect to only get one or two games like a year, really. Not now. Not when there's 4 massive seasonal sales a year on anything you could possibly want. Good evening, Chaos. It is, isn't it? It is. I'm rather proud of that one. You can steal it. Feel free to use that one. Spread it around. Tell everyone you know. Fun for the whole family. Had the excuse of having to manufacture the carts back then. That $8 tag is for digital. I'm hearing physical is priced even higher. Yeah, well. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, Nintendo really might be walking into a buzzsaw here. If the economy really is gonna implode over the next couple months, I mean, they may straight up back off of this, depending on what happens to the global economy over the next couple months. Trump is trying as hard as he can to just ruin everybody's lives at this point. So, we'll see. But yeah. We don't need to talk about this. Let's talk about something more fun. Let's talk about demons, chat. Demons and the scourging thereof, shall we? I think we have a fair bit of journeying to do tonight, so I'm going to jump in here. There was some stuff, I had some thoughts about this game too today in my moments of quiet repose, some things that I wanted to do and some things I wanted to try. But I need to check my inventory to see if I've already taken a particular... No, I didn't. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah. Not feeling so well. Start three new medications. Yeah, I bet your body's mad. Damn. Intelligent thoughts? I think so. I think so. One of my thoughts is to maybe actually try leaning into this tower shield specialist thing that Dolok has going on. And my other thought is to make the shift from real-time to turn-based combat in general, at least for the bigger, scarier fights. My plan did not involve... I don't have access to the head. If there is... If my stash exists somewhere in this camp, I don't know where it is. I didn't see it when I was wandering around. I didn't see it on the map. It might be in the commander's tent, since I am technically the commander. Whose tent is this? Nerdy Hoodoo? Nura Dendawar's tent? Have we been in here? So she brought a lot of unnecessary... Oh! She brought a lot of things to loot, chat. Great. Alright, anyway. I have to give you the schedule spiel before we get back into it proper. Also, good evening, Naren. Is there any way to respec in this so you can change your feat picks leaning on greatsword to something one-handed? I doubt it. I doubt it. And even if there isn't, I'm not too torn up about it. Like, what did I do? Oh, my feats are up here. I mean, I basically put like 2 feats into it. I'm not too torn up about it. There's plenty more. Yeah, that one, my level 4 and level 5 feats. And, okay, so here's the other thing. The other thing I was thinking. I don't have to, like... I don't have to get rid of greatswords. Like, everybody has, like, 4 slots for weapons. So what I'm planning on doing, actually... In fact, I'll go ahead and... Okay, look. I gotta do this before I forget. Schedule reminder. Tonight is Wrath of the Righteous. It's a Democrat playthrough. You know this. This is like night 8 or whatever. If you want us to keep going with Wrath of the Righteous, vote that way. If you're ready for something new, vote that way. What we do next week will be contingent upon your votes. Tomorrow night's the Power Hours. We're going back to February of 1995. We're halfway through the magazine. We'll work through that tomorrow and most likely Saturday as well. Unless it's just an absolute wasteland of engaging content through the rest of the magazine. And then Friday is going to be a surprise. I'm going to surprise myself. I don't know what we're doing on Friday. I haven't decided. I can't say. All right, I'll keep the crossbow for now. Finian. We're gonna turn him, I think I have... I thought I had... I have weapon proficiency in short sword and light crossbow. I have weapon focus heavy mace. That's what it was. Heavy mace. So that's what yeah, we want to do that. I'm not actually, that's a heavy flail. I got confused there for a sec. But yeah, Finian, I want to turn him into a heavy mace. This thingy do. There we go. And then I'm gonna pick up a tower shield from the quartermaster. Because I do have tower shield training. And some other stuffs. Yeah, I have tower shield proficiency, which means I'm proficient with tower shields. But first, I'm going to ransack this particular place. The nature of the divine. Secret of stuff. Without a shadow of doubt, expecting nothing in return, the life and feats of Lord Axelar Tresbot. I think I found that before. Bunch of scrolls. Love scrolls. Some other stuff. Okay, great. Great. So yeah, let me just, where's Quarterman? Horgus Gwyrm giving him the business over here. All right, is it under? It is under armor. Good. So let's see here. I guess it'd be worth it to get a +1. Or I could spend like all of my money on this thing. This +3 tower shield weighs twice as much as the usual tower shield, limits wielder speed to 20 feet. I don't think so. Whenever the wielder receives a critical hit, they're healed for the amount of HP equal to the number of their hit dice. I mean, that sounds cool, but I'm not spending $16,000 dues on that. So yeah, give me one of them +1 tower shields. I'm keeping that. I'm selling that. Keeping that. We're carrying a lot of stuff that's... What's so heavy? Wait... I guess some of these scary ass weapons are. I think the only reason we're up at heavy is because I don't have a party right now. So, anyway, deal. I'll carry even more stuff. I'm pretty okay with that. There we go. There we go, excellent. And then we've got our purple stone knife. I really don't think this is useful for us. We might as well take that off. I know, it's a door. It's just a door. All right, cool, great. Door for hobbits. All right, I'm now mediumly encumbered. Is anybody else? Hang on. This is evocation. Who knows? How can I see your spell focus evocation? You don't say. I think I know somebody who's getting a neat little knife. Yeah, y'all aren't magic-y types. Alright. You have a short spear, that's interesting. Here, have one of those too. So I'm trying to figure out what the thought process went into the decision to bring big rigs to Steam. The shocking thing was the release date trailer was absolutely totally honest. Served sword and board, how about war with door? I'd say most people tell me because owning mimetically bad games is the thing the Steam crowd like. It's true. It's true. One of my proudest acquisitions in my Steam library is Stalin versus Martians, because it was only available on Steam for like a minute, and I was able to get a hold of it. You currently have this armor. This making playable Jar Jar in power battles is like, hysterical. Stalin. Joseph Stalin versus Martians. Here, you can hold these. You own Flat Out 3? Nice. Look at all this junk I got, chat. Covered in junk. All right, let's talk to the queen. Commander's chest? I think that's mine. Yep, that's mine. All right, let's offload a bunch of this stuff. All the really heavy stuff. All the books. All the not notable ingredients. I guess we can toss some of the notable stuff too. Like, I don't really need to be carrying around diamond dust or jade, or I don't know what I'm ever gonna do with any of this stuff. Anyway. Is it a coincidence Steam ID for Space Wars 420? Like bad Stalin content, maybe you would like Seed of the Leader, the time travel novel Russian isekai about Stalin who's been hypnotized by the evil West to be gay. No, I don't think so. I don't think I would be interested in that at all, in fact. Watching from the basement, or at least the bottom of the stairs. I hope you chose to be there. Alright, Queen Growlfree. Let's discuss this. The Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she had announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She's made her move and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review,
Good,
but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds.
Wait, what? I have to manage the army too?
I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by
Right, the sword that isn't a sword.
Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Social Vainik.
Social Vainik. Nas the human man, the young halfling woman standing next to her.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I'm trying to remember if we heard about this person before.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
If you say so.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons! I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it!
Got some pep in her step.
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
Fine with that.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Everybody get the fuck out. I met the Defender's Heart. I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme. And beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it.
No pressure.
However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction.
What's up, Fury?
Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
We'll ask about Dresden last. Did you know the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Wardstone?
I had guessed as much.
Oh.
Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade.
How
Heaven
clever
was
of her.
unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual Celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first Wardstone in Kenobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works.
Okay, so this came up before, the mysterious disappearance of the heavenly support that the First Crusade got. Now we know why. But the thing is not all relevant here, like as some old D&D weird lore. In 2nd edition earlier, the teleportability of fiends let them cross over to other planes. Oh. Disappearance of the dwarves!
Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the Wardstone in Kenobris, and were able to save this gift of Iomede. It was a deed worthy of a Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Big Adventure, Sourcebook, and Planescape that involved the source of the power getting stolen basically became an excuse for why it got nerfed in later editions. You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Kenobris. In a vision, I saw the death of an angel called Lariel. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
Lariel. I knew him.
Oh, hey.
He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on this special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
I mean, it didn't work out so well for you the first time, so I'd maybe hesitate on that one. I have a question about Dresden.
Of course. I shall answer.
How did the demons manage? Some of this we already know. We're just gonna get the Queen's recap. How did the demons manage to conquer Dresden?
That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
These people live for really long times. Staunton did defect, yes. Staunton was the reason we couldn't finish off Minago. He helped her escape.
Oh, really? I wasn't informed of this. After Dresden fell because of Staunton, He was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of crusaders baying for blood. Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting. I commuted Staunton's sentence and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions.
The Hell Knights are a collection of knightly orders with a unique focus on the promulgation of law. Unlike paladins, they are less interested in social good and charity than the foundation and stringent maintenance of order at all costs. If people cannot be trusted to obey the law out of their own sense of civility and social righteousness, Hell Knights provide the need to obey out of fear of a master's stern hand. I guess lawful taken to the extreme. Yeah, you definitely missed what came after Manic. We battled Minago directly, we defeated her, and then Staunton showed up and helped her escape, and they both teleported away. We're not entirely sure what's going on there. I'm not convinced Staunton's entirely in his right mind. I'm also not entirely sure how earnest Minago is about any of this stuff, but I mean, they probably went back to Dresden, so we're probably gonna see him. I was personally devastated that we could not halt his betrayal by romancing him on the spot. But, you know, no game is perfect, really. 9 out of 10 at best. Well, I'm gonna go with my chaotic ways here. You should have exiled him, let him go wherever he wanted. That way he would have either changed his life for the better or realized he had no one to blame but himself.
Perhaps exile would have been a more merciful sentence than decades of service among those who despised him. I was hoping he might atone for his guilt with a heroic act, but he likely decided that atonement was impossible, and he might as well give himself over to evil.
We'll see. What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit. These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
More hands-on than I expect royalty to be. She's clearly not an analog to actual nobility. I mean, for starters, she's like over 100 years old. Like, she's talking about things she was present for in the First Crusade, which was like 70 years ago. So, she got something going on. It's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. Why do you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demons' plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris. We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
Okay, I'm really curious about this. What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander.
Why, thank you.
However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened.
What pregame discourse did I miss? Not much. With Wrath of the Righteous, I've been doing very, very, very little pregaming. We talked a little bit about the Switch 2 announcement, mostly the whole pricing fiasco.
The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound.
Mages?
So,
did you just say
the
that?
next step, after you succeed in Resin, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold, the very threshold of the abyss.
Oh, all of a sudden paying $90 for a game is too good for Americans. Well, now that's our egg budget, okay? I can eat eggs or I can play Switch games. Can't have them both.
Wonderful.
And what are you going to do? Appreciate the impression we're supposed to be getting for someone who can't actually let problems go. She's personally interested in everything, it seems.
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Wow, this is interesting. With my angel mythic path, I can ask her to stay with us. Shit, let's do it.
Here, a polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign?
I'm not sure what just happened. I got like a loading screen for a second. Recognize that voice actress?
I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev.
Game was loading her accent.
But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
That's cool.
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
So, I mean, she'll probably be like the NPC fighters and clerics and stuff and thieves who came with us into the Grey Garrison, just following us around and kicking ass. It would be kind of cool if she was like a temporary party member, though. And the only reason I bring that up is because Alcat actually did that in Rogue Trader. You have your main party of characters, but at the very, very end of the game, if you do certain specific things, you can get like a final secret party member, which is really, really cool. Lost because I missed 2 days of this. All right, short version. We saved the city of Canabras. We stormed the Grey Garrison. We drove off the demons. We fixed the Wardstone. The Wardstone is full of angels. Some of them were very angry. We used our heaven powers to make them less angry. We also siphoned off a bit of the Wardstone's power and like made ourselves mythically powerful. And when word of this spread, the Queen, the Crusader Queen, decided that we would be the commander of the new 5th Crusade. So we're heading to the city of Dresden to try and take it back. Angry Angel. Sounds like demons! Probably more right than you know.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable.
What's that? She gives me an impish wink.
Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
Oh, they fucking hate each other. It's great.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Darren's cool expression wavers, but he seems not to be fully cognizant of what is happening. That, or he's holding himself tightly in check. Alex can't scream. Oh, yes. What a wonderful gesture, Your Majesty. I imagine our dear Count would have been inconsolable if you hadn't given him this chance to serve the common cause.
I knew you would approve, Commander.
The Queen bestows a smile on you, then brings her gaze to rest on Darren once more.
I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post. But I trust that you will dutifully fulfill his orders and make a good showing of yourself.
This rules.
Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Ooh, hear that, Darren? A ballad!
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
The Count offers a bow, either as a sign of respect or in order to hide his flushed face. Only the barest quaver can be heard in his voice. Gotta fuck with Darren to make him interested enough to want to fuck you. We're working on this, chat. It's a project. Long-term project.
Then let's get going. May Ayomide help us.
Excellent. Oh shit. What's happening? Oh, okay. We're good. What's Anivia doing here? We can change his alignment. Hang on, I want to loot some stuff. Yeah. Whoa, look at all the stuff. Potions and monies. And gold and rings. And paradots. Bastard swords and shells. I don't really care about this other stuff. Alright, plenty of half plate, whatever. What do you want? Nevia sweeps in an inquisitive glance over you. So tell me straight, how'd that brawl of the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumors, of course. It's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers, the Crusaders say about you. Some say that Iomide came in to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died, and honest to God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still others say I was just an explosion alchemist lab, and I'm the one spraying rumors about your powers. I wish. But you know, you really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kinda... more stately? More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander. By doesn't, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us or yourself. I have to go now. Don't worry, I will explode demons real good. Real good. All right. I have to go talk to someone. Holy... Oh, that's the gem guy. Yep, that's the Prestidigipainter. What's up, Earbeth? Commander, allow me to say something. Earbeth looks even more serious than usual. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was agony drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but I somehow got through on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Anivia's body, she might, by some miracle, have survived. And that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I'd nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to Grey Garrison, and you didn't say it was a suicide mission before I went. You might have added that earlier. Won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that. The Queen believes in your powers too, but for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anivia alive, standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure the crusade will achieve what others could not. Hey, I found a scabbard with your family name on it. The scabbard held the solemn hour, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Anivia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. I would redeem the solemn hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. I'll be good on this one. I can see you truly love her. A delicate blush appears on Earbeth's cheeks. She nods silently. You did something good. Earbeth lovingly traces the name imprinted silvered on the scabbard's leather. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again, but at least I have its scabbard back. Thank you. Can you get us more soldiers? We began the march on Dresden. We show speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to be recruited, they simply won't arrive in time. We could pay mages to deliver the troops to the camp, except I doubt that our army's coffers could afford it. If you can spare 7,500 gold coins, I will see to our reinforcements. Perhaps later. I mean, if I can just magic up troops at the drop of a hat, we don't have to commit to that right now, do we? Okay, alright, heading for Dresden. Nenio's joined us. Visit the camp. I need to talk to the Inquisitor. I wonder if the Inquisitor wants to know what happened to that asshole we kind of murdered. The cleric wants to talk. Okay. So I need to find the Inquisitor and the cleric. Now there's a mysterious elf. Damn it, you again, so... Whoa! Who the fuck is that? I started talking to the girl hiding her face. Who was she and what did she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself, but I bet she's not part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. She was looking for some elf volunteer, wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. At first I thought she was a messenger from Mendev. She definitely wasn't one of us, but now I see how it all looks mighty shifty. She was some sort of spy then. I completely missed that Irabeth concludes the conversation with a short bow as she brandishes a weapon. Oh, we got blacksmith too. Didn't even notice this guy. Oh, fuck. Hi. Hello. Oh, I think he's selling the good shit. Yeah, we can stick with Finian for a while. He's painting. This guy is painting.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
A young cleric stands before an easel, his brush hovering over the canvas without touching. Instead of painting, the young man absentmindedly gazes at the sky of Canabras, which is still streaked with towering plumes of black smoke. Finally, he notices you and smiles, shaking off his stupor.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
I wish these two weren't paired. I want to ask who are you, but I feel kind of bad asking how could you possibly be of use to my army. I'm gonna do it, but...
My name is Sozio Vanek. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war.
Toreador Goddess.
This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy.
I really like his armor. It has an adorable rainbow bird on it.
I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
That's the Eternal Rose's symbol. And not like an eternal rose, perhaps? What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Shellen. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple. Men and women, young and old. They all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help, and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on my way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canabras, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple.
Brutal. The cleric is by definition useful to a warrior who's not fighting. Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't want to ask. Like, he's a healer. You don't need to question why that's useful in a fucking war.
I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
Kind of funny. Imagine a group called the Red Pentagons and their symbol is a green circle. Let's see. This is why you have to treasure every moment you spend with the ones you love. Today you're together, but who knows what tomorrow may bring. I'm gonna go with this. I'm really enjoying the chaotic options in this.
You're right. I took their company for granted and never even imagined that they might just disappear in the blink of an eye. So many words left unspoken. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
So this seems kind of redundant to ask, but what made an artist enlist in the army?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time.
I like that.
My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others. I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
I like this guy a lot. I'm a big fan. Best subtext was how can such a pretty voice just You want to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city.
Shaylin, okay.
Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort.
I'd be cool with that.
I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
Nice meeting you. Time to go.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
All right, now we gotta talk to the Inquisitor. Would he be in the chapel tent, perhaps? That's a no.
Let's move.
Let's move. Ah, yes. The glowing guy. Commander, let me personally congratulate you on your new title and thank you for your time in advance. I'm Leoder Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomedae, the Bringer of Light. I require assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Darren Arende. I have to go. What brings you here? He is the shield master who eschews shields. He must truly be the one to lead our crusade. He's taking a bold new direction in battling the demons. I ask you to assist the Church of Iomedae in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to. Please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it'll explain why I'm calling upon you. The Inquisitor's open face, like me, instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in thought for a moment. I suppose you've already heard about Count Arende's story. I refer to the tragedy at Heaven's Edge Estate. Tell me what happened. Yeah. Recap. About 10 years ago, several powerful demons managed to penetrate the Wardstone Barrier and commit mass murder of all the guests who attended the feast and celebration of young Darren's birthday. The unknown magical disease they brought wiped out the whole estate in less than a day. This is not a unique case in itself. Demons had attempted such raids on Mendevian lands before. They never dared target such a well-protected place. The Arende family was exceptionally rich. The estate was protected by elite bodyguards. There were several strong and righteous paladins among the guests. Moreover, the revered Nestrin, Darren's tutor, was one of the most powerful priests of Iomedae in the vicinity. All of them died, nonetheless, except for the young count who suddenly manifested his outstanding sacred healing powers. Was that a divine miracle or a curse? That remains to be seen. You're gonna investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev before the World Wound. And yet on that day it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabris for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead with their heads cut off when we got to the estate. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate, who are said to be immune to any disease? Oh, that sounds very scientific. If the demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses, why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Okay. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He's unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside. Well, yeah, you're all assholes. And in any case, he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. Gross. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, you'll be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and myriad loopholes in human lives the force of evil can use to their advantage. I'm not sure which of those led the demons to the gate of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid the kind Crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. You've already been to the estate several times. What do you expect to find now? I was young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then. I paid dearly for that. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. That is why I must return to Heaven's Edge. Why can't you just search the estate yourself without involving me? Sealed with powerful containment enchantments only the Count can lift. This is not the main reason, however. The main reason that Count Arende is not officially under investigation by the Inquisition. So I couldn't just break into his house, even if I found a way to bypass the spells. This is a serious matter. A matter that threatens the reputation of the entire Church of Iomedae and my own organization in particular. We made more than enough unforgivable mistakes during the Third Crusade and are still dealing with the consequences. Your presence will give my investigation the necessary legitimacy, Commander, but there's more. In addition to getting official permission, I'd also like to bring an independent third-party investigator to this case. Someone independent but well-respected, and you fit this role perfectly. Did you question Darren himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared at the celebration and announced the onset of the plague and mocked their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Countess Selena. That was all he would tell me. We had found the young Count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There is no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. So you suspect that Darren is hiding something, that he is to blame for the tragedy? I deliberately refuse to entertain any theories or suspicions so that it doesn't affect the investigation. There's a saying among my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of prejudice, and prejudice is married to failure. I can only tell you that Count Arende wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malaise in our country at the time. Prelate Halloran himself examined the boy right after the tragedy and he didn't sense anything awry with him. Well, if Halloran said he was clean, I mean, that guy could convince himself he saw corruption like a fucking stone he tripped over. Fine. What do you need me to do? Thank you, Commander. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him you wish to see Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I'll join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When we get there, I'll also require your help during the investigation. You'll have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll remain here for a while. If you're wondering why I've agreed to this, one, I would like to see where this storyline goes. And two, if this guy does anything untoward, well, he wouldn't be the first Inquisitor that I've put down. Tell me more about yourself. I want to know who I'm dealing with. I'm Ulfin by birth, but I lived in Mendev for most of my life, dedicating myself to the service of the Inheritor. My warrior brethren mostly worship Gorum, but I've never been eager to fight for the sake of battle alone. I was a good fighter in my early youth and could easily best most of my peers, but I didn't enjoy showing off my skills. Victory is bland on its own. Purpose adds flavor to war. Good evening, Deep Thought. How'd the assaults on the Wardstone go? Great. We won. We drove Minago off, though she did escape with Staunton Vane's help. Canabras is safe. We and our party have been empowered with mythic abilities from the Wardstone. And the Queen herself has declared me the Lord Commander of the 5th Crusade, which is now bound for Dresden. So there's a lot going on, as you might imagine. I can't say that I've always been a faithful sword of Iomedae. Back in my mercenary days, fate brought me the borders of Mendev, where I spent quite a long time among the Crusaders. Fighting shoulder to shoulder with my righteous comrades in arms and watching demons commit their atrocities eventually led me to something I've been seeking my whole life. Purpose and faith. That's how I found my calling. Even though it may be hard at times, I've never regretted my decision. Are you one of Prelate Halloran's followers? His face freezes for a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. What is your opinion on his atrocities? Leoder is silent for a while. Usually people reveal such things about themselves only to their confessor, not to some curious stranger. Still, I did ask for your help, and that imposes certain obligations upon me. You're goddamned right it does. I had to kill that motherfucker. So I need to know if you're cut from the same cloth. I put it like this. I spent enough years by Prelate Halrin's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. He was an extraordinary man, the vengeful sword of our goddess in human form. He was fighting in the vanguard, fearlessly taking down demons, exposing the cultist plots all by himself. He had served the Inquisition twice as long as I have, and eventually his own paranoia and monumental sense of responsibility eroded his mind. May Iomade guard his soul. Where were you during the attack on Canabras? I was on the hunt, a very successful one, but as often happens in life, this minor success was a mere harbinger of a larger failure. If I hadn't been so far away from Canabras on the day of the attack, I might have been able to help my comrades and prevent a number of deaths. Thank you for your answer. I'm not going to tell him that I killed him. He probably already knows. Also, it's a lawful action. Fuck that shit. I have to go. Okay. Sosil wants to go to a funeral. I think we're good here. I think we
Follow
can
me.
take off, do some exploring, perhaps. Oh, what about... Hang on. Hilor. Did I talk to Hilor? You've earned the title Commander. Canabras still stands thanks to you, but you'll have to be doubly on your guard. Your eminence placed a target on your back, and there are assassins about. Killing a high-ranking crusader bring a demon far more prestige than killing a common soldier. Not long ago, I stymied a few of the Spinner of Nightmares attempts on the lives of influential crusaders, so I know what I'm talking about. Do you know anything about Pathfinder named Finian Dismar? I think Dismar. Definitely heard the name before. Of course you have. I'm a Pathfinder too, so you're the chief in these lands now. What about Lady Ari? When I left for the wound, she had just taken up the position. Hillar examines the talking weapon and chuckles sadly. I'm afraid Ari perished during the Third Crusade. Yes, now I remember. Finian Dismar went missing in the wound at the end of the Second Crusade. His name has been on the list of the fallen for a while. Here I am, alive and well. Write in your list that I'm back, and soon I'll file a detailed report about everything that happened to me. I knew it was a misunderstanding, but now everything will return to normal. I need to write to my folks. They probably think I'm dead too. A Pathfinder is like like licensed explorer. Which crusaders did you save from the Spinner of Nightmares? I've been hunting the Spinner for over a year. My agents, I'd create a proper network, report me to return to Nerosian. Especially to playing great atrocity. By the time I learned all too well, the Spinner was a master of illusions and charms. That's why I never left the house with this. Miller takes a monocle from his pocket and puts it on. This is the Eye of Truth. It allows me to see through illusions. My friend got it from the priest of Nethys. However, neither this monocle nor my network of agents were adequate to prevent the attacks, and we were nearly too late. Spinner of Nightmares decided to strike at the Cruciform Cathedral. Gathered to celebrate the victory of the First Crusade, great holiday. An influential priest, Anthoclitus, was in charge of the festivities. They're intending to crown him with a tiara, symbol of his high status. The sacred tiara has been replaced. The Spinner had obtained an Incutulus, a sentient, rather ominous cephalopod from the other end of the world. She's raised it from an elver and trained it carefully, and she cast an illusion on it so that everyone would see it as a tiara. That's messed up. The moment its shell was placed on the dude's head, the cephalopod would release its tentacles and penetrate the priest's skull. Its poison would seep into his brain and would seize control over his dead body. Fortunately, we were able to stop this madness in time. I spotted the Spinner of Nightmares, and the crowd chased her down, and we ended up crossing swords on the roof of the cathedral. I nearly defeated her, but she fled upon a giant stallion, which was able to run across the air as if it were on ground. Damn! In Pathfinder world, basically in the aftermath of several apocalypses, yes. The planet of Galarian was hit with something called Earthfall 10,000 years ago. like a moon hit it and wiped out most of the life on it. And then more recently, the world wound opened up, which is basically a chain of portals to the plane of demons, and they're spilling out all over the place. So it's not quite as bad as like the Grim Dawn setting. We've got like, we have like an ancient apocalypse and then one that's currently in progress, instead of like two conflicting ones at once. So close to catching her, suffer a setback by let her escape. Tell me about your confrontation. It's a long story telling you everything would take 2 days. We'll talk about this later. Okay, cool. I want to find... She's probably on the map, right? No, that's Sela's coming. Wait, no, she's gonna be in her tent. I'm an idiot. Nura Dendawar is gonna be in Nura Dendawar's tent. Yep, there she is, in all her luminous glory. Knight Commander, how can I help? There's much I can do, just ask. Well, first tell me about yourself. Oh my, I can tell you so many amazing things. You chose the most boring one of all, but right, about myself then. Where are you from? Isger, a small piece of land that proudly calls itself a country, though it hasn't been independent for a single day in all the centuries it's existed. They have a lot of national pride, but all of it is borrowed, always looking to the great day when they can at last be free from the rule of Cheliax. A military nation. Okay. The sassy, yeah, they're a halfling. Is Gary, love talking politics. The two of them start bargaining over beats of the marquee. You can be sure they'll end up arguing about whether an independent Isger will be a monarchy or a republic. I always found it funny to listen to and a little disgusting. See, there are a lot of us halflings in the country, but very few are citizens. Most are slaves. I was lucky. I've always been clever ever since I was little, so they sent me to school instead of making me do the grunt work. Taught me to count and write, and I was sold to a secretary, sold as a secretary to Lord Axelar Tresbot. Oh, I've heard of that one. When I left Isger with, never to return, I hope. I had to come to serve the queen. I was slave of Lord Tresbot in Isger. Oh, what a man he was. He towered over his fellows like a rock over a garbage heap. A true hero. Brought me as a simple secretary, but made me learn the history of the world wound. All of it, one volume after another. Hired tutors for me, even sent me to meet prominent historians. He didn't want a simple slave, but a slave with an impeccable education. Lord Tresbot was going on a crusade. He firmly believed the servants of the good gods were weak, and only a follower of Asmodeus could stand against this demon invasion. Took me along as a secretary, a historian, and most importantly, entrusted me with recording his glorious story for future generations. Asmodeus, also known as the King of Hell, Master of Witches, and Prince of Laws, the most powerful of the 9 archdevils that inhabit Hell, and the only one of Hell's rulers to claim full divinity. Is he who is credited with penning the contract of creation, in which his followers believe has hidden the means for their patron's eventual rise to supremacy. Okay, Satan worshipper. Got it. In his crusade, Lord Tresbot performed many brave feats, but even he could not stand against the world wound alone. In his final battle with the demons, when my lord realized he was doomed, his final act was to cover my retreat so I could tell the word of his great deeds. Some people have said what he did was not heroic, just an arrogant moron puffing himself up one last time. But I say curse their tongues. My difficult journey ended in Mendev, where I found my freedom. There I published Lord Tresbot's biography, which I have several copies of, I think, at this point. I've been stealing them all over the place. I don't want to boast, but who am I kidding? Of course I do. The book sold in great numbers and made me rather famous for a time. That's what brought me the Queen's attention. She invited me to her court. After all, she was curious about my deceased lord, and she was in great need of an expert on the history of the world wound. I hope you'll find me useful as well. For those of you not keeping score, Hell and the demons are separate. Hell is like the plane for lawful evil beings, and the demons are like the chaotic evil beings, if I remember correctly. The Abyss, thank you, the Abyss. The Abyss is the chaotic evil bunch. Hell is the lawful evil bunch. And of course, they don't get along. You're not just a historian, but writer too. Will you write a book about my crusade? Yeah, why not? As soon as we finish all the demons, I'll get right to it. Just take care you don't end up like Lord Tresbot. Do you worship any deity? As a slave in Isgir, they beat me with a stick, forced me into believing in Asmodeus. They hit me and said it was for my own good. Ever since then, I don't like temples. I realize there are different gods like Desna or Caden who teach goodness and freedom, but it's just, as soon as I smell frankincense, I see the slave driver's stick. Maybe one day I'll be able to turn to a deity without cringing from a blow for not being reverent enough. That makes sense. Nura sounds sincere, but you feel that she's holding something back. Interesting. Alright, you probably heard about the wound I have, the one that sometimes opens on my chest. Can you perhaps tell me if it's some kind of demonic curse? Yes, indeed, I've been told of your affliction. She peers at the center of your chest. Can you will the wound to open? No? That's a shame. What can you tell me about it? Difficult to say. I know blades that leave never healing cuts, and poisons stop wounds from healing. Heard of witches' curses are rewarded with eternal wounds, but wounds that seem to reopen and heal over and over. Do you know any other cases like this? Let's think. In 4671, a Mendevian army corporal had all his bones and cartilage turned to glass. 4700, a scribe in Canabras had all her skin simply come away like she'd been boiled. In 4638, oh, you don't happen to have insects crawling over you. Locusts? No? Rats, perhaps? Too bad. Make the wound flap its mouth. Do you think it's dangerous? It most likely is dangerous, but you're under the protection of Iomide, Commander. She grants you mythic power, as they say. Surely the Inheritor would not leave you to face this alone. Have you, perhaps, noticed that the wound opens at moments when you waver in your faith? Perhaps it is triggered by doubt. Interesting. I would love to hear the history of the world wound, but we've just spent over an hour knocking around this camp, and I'm ready to get out on the road. Stick a cool decorative brooch in the wound. I think it's time for us to be about it. Commander! It's Ulbrig. So you're the war chief now. You're going to lead us to free Sarkoris from those Fae. I felt it the moment I saw you. This one is special. Did you go and get yourself a whole army in no time? That I did not expect. Well, how does your newfound power feel? Has it gone to your head yet? I don't know exactly why they started doing that, demons and devils as separate beings, but each alignment on the grid as a dedicated outsider group for it on this point. I actually like the concept. I actually think it's pretty cool. You know, in the same way that mortal man can be, you know, can be lawful or chaotic or somewhere in between, I think it's cool to have a spectrum of infernals. Beings devoted to doing evil, but some who do it within the structure of the law and some who just do it completely seat of pants. Same with good. You know, we have heaven, which is heaven the lawful good or the neutral good? I know heaven's the lawful good. Elysium is the neutral good. Which one's the chaotic good? Is that the one we peered into when we heard the song? I forget the name of that one. Desna's domain, right. Desna's the chaotic good deity. Thought Nirvana was neutral and Elysium was chaotic. Whichever one we gazed into was the chaotic good one. I thought it was Elysium. Devil will keep their word and try to screw you over. A demon is purely might makes right. Yeah. Has it gone to your head yet? Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Easy there. There's time for play and there's time for work. We have a war to fight, not a jig to dance. We'll have our fun when we win, but right now things are serious. Well, I didn't come here just to flap my gums. Since I'm going to war and you're in charge, I better do this the right way. Ulbrich lowers his head and says solemnly, "My blade and my life are yours, war chief." I mean, it's not like I need a blade. My talons and beak will do the trick. But saying it like that is the done thing. My talon and beak are yours just doesn't have the same ring to it. There's something else. I can already see things are bad, but the tales of all Sarkoris burning down as people dying out? I'm sorry, I don't believe those. It can't be true. We're not the kind of folks to be snuffed out just like that. I have kin in a village not far from here, Current Glen. Let's go there and talk to them, have them fill us in. They're smart folks. Perhaps they'll help us in battle, too. Together, we'll clean up Sarkoris before you can say, "Aroint ye foul creatures." I'll prepare for the road ahead. Take care, War Chief. All right, we got a new place to hang out. All right, quests. We have quests. We have quests to do. All right. Let's hit the map.
Onwards.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, we have one new party member. So we might as well take him along. Let's see. Let's see. Thing is, I like having Darren around. Let's pop him out for right now, because we need this dude to go to that funeral. Let's go with this. It's time to decide at last what to do about the world wound. I vote close it. Bury it. Blow it up. All right, what do we got here? All right, there's Canabris. There's the cemetery. The Houndheart campsite. Hello, yes, hi, thank you. You now control armies on the global map. Winning battles against demon forces provides a number of benefits, such as resources to help your economy, relics which can be turned into powerful new items for your party, captured enemy fortifications that previously blocked the advance of your party and your armies. These fortifications can be rebuilt into forts for your own troop. Enemy armies differ in their strength, which is displayed as a number next to the army's name. By hovering over the enemy army, you can learn more about its composition, the reward it is guarding. You can switch between party management and army command modes by clicking the banners at the top of the screen. In army command mode, you can select armies by either using the panel on the left or clicking the figures on the map. Much like your party, armies use roads to move around the map. To move, an army must spend movement points, which can be restored by resting for 1 day. Oh boy. All right. Well, I see some. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So I want a good look at this map here. There's a thing down here. The Wounded Lands. A lake. Stone Wilds. It's a big ass map. Petrified Library. We heard about that one. The Gray Road. All right, so this is where we are. I see a demon army. Some cultists and some stuff and things. Bugs. That's a lot of bugs. Chili Creek is way up here. That's where Jurnaw went. Current Glen is way the fuck up here. Dresden is all the way over here. The lake lost to the sun. Wow. Okay. All right, we need Sela for this one, and we need Sociel for this one. So it seems like we're taking the right people. Domain Zealot. Use the abilities of domains of swift action. Cool. Okay. Good. Good for you, man. All right, army-wise, we have 100 dudes. Oh, does it? Okay. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay. I'm not sure how time works, like if we can move while the army also moves or something. It's a little confusing presently. Elderly man limps towards the grave and clumsily throws a handful of soil inside. How unfair. They were all so young. They had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves. An old cripple like me still lives. An elven woman with her face bathed in tears steps up to the grave. She whispers, "The painting, it burned like everything else in the house. There's nothing left for me to remember you by. Nothing." Young man throws a handful of soil in the open grave and stands behind it for a while, lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. You startled Tube Fox. D&D actually has extra planes in between the main alignment ones dedicated to the in-between ideas. So between the lawful good and neutral good plane, there's another plane that rides the line of lawful and neutral, but still good. That is very silly. Sociel throws a handful of soil into the grave in front of him. He takes a breath and prepares to speak, but it seems he simply cannot find the right words. The cleric wipes his tear-filled eyes, gathers his resolve, and says in a gentle voice, "I wish you a warm welcome in Shellen's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We'll banish this ugliness and evil, make the world richer, and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this..." And he breaks into sobs mid-sentence, then falls silent without finishing his declaration. Wow. So the good option, thank you for everything you've done for us. Lawful, you fought honorably and remained steadfast in your duty until your final breath. Your deeds will not be forgotten. Chaotic, how long will this take? I'm sick of these ceremonies. And evil, they're dead. What's the big deal? I will take the good option. Sociel is too absorbed in his grief to hear, but the other mourners nod in approval, wiping their teary eyes. They're good people. I can't believe they're gone. What is that? Oh, shit. Elven woman shrieks into horror, disrupting the atmosphere of silent mourning. Her trembling hand points at something moving inside a grave. Suddenly, a corpse climbs out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench from its rotting body. It's a zombie! Run! Oh, that's a lot of them. Oh, no!
We won't fall.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I swear it.
All right, I don't think this battle's gonna require turn-based. I think we can just go for it.
I'll cut you wide open. The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Boom! Oh, that was awesome. That was that mythic feat that I took that causes sonic damage on a miss. Oh, Lan, you need to get out of there, friendo. I'm not sure where exactly you need to go, but... There we go. The heavy heart Sociel looks at the corpses of his friends, returned to rest by his own hand. What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? He bends down and recovers something from the ground. Take a look at this. Sociel hands off a black onyx to you. Once precious, the stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip as you examine the engraved Minotaur's head, the unholy symbol of Baphomet. Cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists! Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No, they had to come to the funeral and desecrate their graves. Sorry I had to go through this. Thank you. I'd already said goodbye to them. Seeing them again in that form. Shaylin is my witness. It was not easy. Wait, the townspeople fled the undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are, they're in great danger. We must find them. Not wrong. Alright, we must find the cultists. But first, looting! We got a whole bunch of Masterwork skimitars. They're all zombie lords. No rank and file zombies. Only zombie aristocracy.
Let us be off.
How big is this map? This is actually a pretty decently sized map. Regular zombies would have been even less of speed form for you. I get it. It's just the naming convention makes it kind of funny. Somebody help me!
Ah, not this time. I am helpful, am I not?
Unquiet dead. The half-rotten corpse of a woman shambles out of the crypt. She leers at you with her empty eye sockets and croaks out a few words. Thank the gods and thank you too. I knew this was gonna happen someday. They buried me alive. Who are you? Baroness Ninel Ballard at your service. The dead woman bobs a clumsy curtsy, her legs barely supporting her. My stay is not too far from here. Let me assure you that all of you are always welcome there, assuming you're properly attired. I hate to break it to you, but you're actually dead. How dare you? What utter foolishness. Do I look like a corpse to you? No, no, no. You forget yourself. You should be ashamed to say such a thing to a... The dead baroness wags her finger at you in a chastising manner, but cuts herself short, staring at her own hand in horror. What? How? This simply cannot be. I shan't permit it. I'm afraid it's true. I am truly sorry. This graveyard was desecrated by a necromancer. It seems he disturbed your rest as well. The dead woman covers her face with what remains of her decaying hands. So, I died, but even in death the accursed servants of the abyss torment me? Can nothing be done? Perhaps you could lay me to rest? I quite enjoyed my life in this world, but now there's no place for me here. Not in this miserable form. Actually, you want to join my party? Kind of disappointed this isn't a potential party member. How'd you awaken? Do you remember anything? Allow me a moment to think. Seems like it. Yes, indeed. I awoke because I heard a voice. They were reciting poetry or prayer, perhaps. Suppose there were spells then? Must have been your thrice damned necromancer. Would you like to pass along any words of comfort to your friends or family while you're here? A good-for-nothing band of hangers-on? Most certainly not. Thank you very much. I am reasonably confident they have already brought my estate to ruin and squandered the fortune I bequeathed to them. They'll have to do without my missives. Spare us both that indignity and embarrassment. You see, I would still be in the company of those I truly care for were it not for your discourteous sorcerer and his parlor tricks. Alright, let's lay her back to rest. Thank you. Do feel free to take my burial jewelry. Those pieces are dreadfully out of fashion where I'm going anyway. Well done, Social. Well done. Did you say something about burial jewels?
I wonder.
Together, we stand.
Because I'm not seeing anything. Now, whatever. I got experience, and that's what matters. Uh-oh, I see dead people. Oh, sorry. Again, I still just keep forgetting to check the... Maybe I should make this bigger. I'll make it a little bit bigger. I always forget to check the log.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
But horror, I can barely catch my breath. Thank you. What do we got? Skimitar.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Get the Zambonis. Dude, that thing is awesome. Splorch. Wait, looks like they were waiting for us. That's a Skelly Man's. Whole squad of undead guarding the door. Maybe we should look for another entrance. Pipe Fox, solo them. He's like, yeah, buddy. Hang on, I want to see. It doesn't seem to have the thingy in there. Okay, so we can go up that way. Alright, there's a Skelly Man's over there. Pick me up some more scimitars.
Yet another obstacle.
Get his ass. Her ass. Quite a collection of amassing here. Sorry, there was treasure over here. Ah, it's a mobility check.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Loot!
This is my kind of work.
Alright, so we need to go up and around this a ways.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Grave robbing apparently not discouraged by our paladin. Look, looting is just it's part of the pathfinding experience.
I hope you appreciate
She got it.
this.
The mongrel did it. Onwards.
Ah, this leads to here. My game is auto-saved. Oh, that's a lot of people. Who are you? What do you want? All you have to do is die in the name of Baphomet. Have faith, you can do it. Don't you dare get away from them. Is he just gonna solo everybody? I think he is, actually. Damn, dude. And we were like, what use will you be in our army? This is the end of your blast of magic. I won't let you harm the living or the dead anymore. You think I need your permission? Hey, you bone bags, stand up and kill. We got boner boys.
We will be victorious.
All right, what do we got? Skeletal champion archer, generic necromonger. Okay, Lan, go ahead and work on this guy. I think everybody else is already, yeah, everybody else is already engaged over here. Yeah, not everybody needs to go this way, man. In fact, you three, this way. Oh, he's dead. I surrender, stop, I give up, don't hit me. The young man in black robes throws his hands up in a dramatic gesture. You damned rat, how dare you? Suddenly, Sociel becomes a totally different person. The artist's delicate hands clench into fists, while his voice comes out as a menacing roar. He leaps at the necromancer and breaks his nose with a single blow. You scumbag, I remember you. You came to our temple begging for healing just a month ago. We fed you. We shared our table with you and took you in. Then I don't even know what I'm going to do to you. Oh, look, you summoned your buddies all the way over there, not between you and our swords. Oh, stop it, I surrender. Sociel ignores the necromancer's cries of pain, punching him right in the teeth. The necromancer spits blood but continues, fighting past the wild blows to his increasingly bruised and busted face. You're priest of Shaylin, I've surrendered. You have to spare my life. Your goddess demands it. The lawful options in this game are so interesting. Like, what law are we even talking about here? Do you two know each other? We do. That's Nardi, a tailor's apprentice from Canabras. We healed him after he's mauled by a dog. Then he became a frequent visitor to our temple. He listened attentively to our sermons, studying the goddess's teachings, and praised our art. We lined our faces the whole time. When we took you in, when you sat at our table, when we broke bread with you. Were you planning to stab us in the back even then? Law untempered by mercy. The whole time. Now you understand part of it. Let's dig into the rest. The cultist curves his bloody lips into an evil sneer. I was hoping to lure you to our side. It wouldn't have been hard. We're everywhere, even inside you. I think you know it too. You're not like all those pious devotees. You pretended to be, and maybe you fooled yourself, but we both see who you really are. You have that same demonic rage inside you. It's a pity I never had time to kindle it into a devouring flame, but sometimes you have to resort to a backup plan. I mean, you die at the hands of your dead friends was such a good idea. It's a pity it didn't work. Shut up! Sociel swings his fist, but stops it in midair. His clenched fist trembles. He stares at the cultist with an expression of pure hatred. You want to kill me right now, don't you? But you can't. You're a good boy, Sociel. So loyal to your goddess. You'll have to let me go or commit a sin, so I win either way. Witness the genius of our Lord Baphomet. Is telling truth, your religion doesn't allow you to kill him? Yes, the Eternal Rose is known for her grace. She teaches us to show mercy to anyone who asks for it. It's one thing to slay an enemy in battle, but a captive, you must try to save their soul, to show them the beauty of the world. Persuade them to abandon the path of evil. It's difficult, but the world is better for it. I'm just repeating your own sermons back to you. Come on, Sociel, try to make me repent my sins. Perhaps your kind words will make me abandon Baphomet's teachings, run to Shaylin for redemption, and start knitting some masterpieces of my own. Let's see. Do you really believe this evil scum deserves a chance of redemption? The good option is stop. It's not worth breaking your goddess's vows because of filth like him. Don't listen to his lies. He deserves death. Hit him some more, but be careful not to kill him. Shaylin says nothing against kicking a few teeth in. And don't listen to him. Hit him some more. I want the option to just kill him myself. Surprisingly fuzzy on the subject of kneecaps. Let him. I vote 6. Let him blow off some steam. All right, fine. We'll continue in our chaotic ways. Sociel knocks the necromancer down to the ground. Enough. He's defeated and will disturb the dead no longer. Pummeling him further is not justice, only revenge. Okay. So I think that was actually a good option because it helped Sociel come to his senses on his own. I had absolutely no idea there's so much rage in me. It's a shame, a disgrace, but I must admit that I enjoyed beating him. Forgive me for letting you see me like this. It should never have happened. You're the commander and he is your captive. It's up to you to decide his fate. Oh good, I am gonna kill him. I surrender. Here, take everything I've got, just don't kill me. He turns out his pockets and I get a scroll of Summon Monster 2. 1d3 dogs. Let's see. What do you think I should do to him? Sozio stares at the cultist, then through clenched teeth he utters, I have no right to decide whether you should live or die. You're in charge here. Alright, then I condemn him to death. His sentence will be carried out immediately. No, please, listen! Oh. I bet that hurt. Sozio bows his head. May the goddess forgive him, for I will not. Thank you for taking this sin upon yourself. Oh, I'm full of sins, buddy. Don't worry about it. I have a load-bearing soul. Sozio examines the devastated graveyard, then diverts his attention to the terrified townspeople. It's all right. You're safe now. We should bury the bodies again. This is a place of peace, and we must not leave it desecrated like this. The townsfolk are clearly terrified of even looking at the fallen undead, but Sozio's soft words reassure them. As they work together, the graveyard soon regains its tranquil appearance. What difficulty are you playing? I'm on normal. And I'm using a pre-built character, the Tower Shield Specialist. Crusade is in Iomede's name Purge the Xenos. After prayer, Sozio bows his head before the graves of his friends for the last time. May the Eternal Rose grant them peace at last. Let's be on our way. We have many more innocents to protect from the horrors of this war. Indeed. Indeed. Well, I think we did a good thing here. Look, there thrash some beans for us. Okay, I do actually want to check out this area real quick. Everybody come along. That one rich undead lady, is there anything bad with being resurrected with your own mind intact? It's a good question, I suppose.
Let us be off.
Oh, okay. Nothing particularly exciting over here. Oh, there's a noble over here. When's it all going to end?
Let's move.
All right. Oh, he had some other junk on him. Oh, I didn't loot the skeletons. All right. Necromancy tends to be bad news, especially since undead hunger for the living in some fashion. Yeah, imagine she would have lost control at some point. It would have gone poorly. All right. I do not wish to enter this location. Hang on. I want to... see what happens if I mash these armies together. The enemies are retreating. Pursue them and fight? Yes, pursue. Oh. Really? Oh. Okay. Well, I think we can do this. Thank you! Thank you, slightly delayed tutorial window. Armies engaged in battle. The enemy army is displayed on the right, and the Crusader army is on the left. Battles are played out in turn-based mode. The turn order is displayed at the top of the screen. Units with high initiative act first. So units to take the turn, new round begins. Turn order is repeated. Unit can perform one of the following actions. Move and or use its melee attack. Use a ranged attack if one's available and there are no enemies near it. Use an ability. Take up total defense, boosting AC, weight. Okay, whenever a unit performs an attack, damage dealt is calculated as follows. All soldiers in the attacking unit make a damage roll to determine the base damage. Damage multiplier is determined according to the formula. Formulas, chat. Formulas. Attacking units attack plus 21 minus target's AC, all times 0.05. The damage multiplier cannot be less than that. Base damage is multiplied by the damage multiplier resulting in total damage. Always hated Crusade mode. I think if you're coming here for a more traditional CRPG experience, this probably ain't what you're looking for. I'll be honest, kind of expecting more damage there. Winnow some of these down. Alright, that one's dead. Ow. There we go. We did it. Huzzah! Cool. I lost 5 dudes. Here's like advanced wars, so you put some advanced wars in your CRPG. Alright, Crusade morale. Morale stat reflects the general mood of the Crusaders. Positive morale increases resource income, the number of troops available for recruitment, never numbers. Morale changes depending on the morale banners. While special conditions are met, banner remains green and increase morale by 1 per day. Army is currently carrying 2 banners. Banner victory stays green while you defeat demon armies. Each victory over demon army adds 4 days to the time the banner victory stays green. Banner the march on Dresden stays green while you defeat demon armies on the road to Dresden. Each victory over demon army on the road to Dresden adds 10 days to the banner of that one. Each unit has its combat morale. Starting value depends on Crusade morale. Positive combat morale gives me a chance for yeah. Undead units, as well as some others, do not have combat morale and thus are not affected by any effects that increase or decrease it. Having defeated a band of cultists who had driven the captives from Canabras and made the ruins of Valos' gift their temporary base, the commander's army celebrates its first triumph. Unfortunately, demon worshippers have killed all the citizens and gathered the belongings in a huge pile in the middle of the camp. I got 600 finance points. I found a location of things. All right. Well, that's interesting. All right. Oh God. Oh God. Tutorials and encounters and all kinds of shit happening. All right, magical anomalies are common in the world of Golarion. So common that the use of the word anomaly itself is questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume that the strange sky, the ghostly fire from rifts in the ground, the rain of eyeballs, all that the world wound is known for should find some purchase in the mortal mind. But even the most worldly of travelers feels uneasy at its borders. Why? Perhaps instinctively they understand this place is not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound, an ulcer through which the world itself bleeds into the abyss. The commander and his army walk the high bank of the West Selen River where it draws near the border of the world wound. The soldiers' feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over their sharp edges and sickening bends, the shade of mercury on the horizon rising to dirty rust. As it arches above the soldiers' heads, it regains its familiar azure hue. Soldiers whisper and grumble. The commander feels eyes upon his back. Somewhere among them, wearing simple armor and unrecognized by anyone, the ruler of Mendev is standing and watching the new commander closely. Commander gives a signal to wait and climbs the highest point along the bank. There he decides to... Alright, hang on a sec. Alright. Look around. A strange movement in the sky. Black clouds twist into funnels and turn a sickly yellow. Brooding storm is on the side of the river ahead of the army. Avoiding the strange phenomenon will hardly be possible. Alright, we're gonna attempt diplomacy. I've got a better chance at this than I do at the other. Success! Establishing a rapport with his troops is yet another battle that the leader must face. Through the subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale or lose face and authority. Addressing the army on the border of the World Wound, the commander seeks to establish himself as a military leader on this new battleground, and his efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully, smiles appearing on their faces. Someone in the ranks jokes that the demons are growing tired of waiting for them. The army keeps moving. Lines of soldiers step warily beneath a shroud of low black clouds. It's like the World Wound has reached out a finger into the lands of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless, but then the clouds come to life, shooting out howling tornadoes one after another. The tornadoes come from all sides, from ahead, behind, and right above the soldiers' heads. The power of the elements on one side of the scales. The power of the elements on one side of the scales. The soldiers' faith and inspiration on the other. I see what they're doing here. It's plain to see which is greater. The determined army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. The struggle lasts over half an hour, but the army's only losses are a few bags of supplies and a dozen hats whipped off into the sky. After stopping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue on. Their first encounter with the World Wound has ended in their favor. Gain 24 experience and 10 morale. Neat. All right, let's hit the Houndheart campsite since we got Sela with us. Boo, will-o'-the-wisps. Hopefully we won't deal with that bullshit. Oh. Oh no! No, I want the item. We're finally here. Ilan and Curl must be around here somewhere, and Jana too if they gave her permission to leave. Ah, there they are. I only count 2. Greetings, Sela, and greetings to you, Knight Commander! Sir Ilan puts his hands behind his back, bows slightly, and casts an inquisitive glance at you. He seems less friendly than he was the day you met at the Defender's Heart. Jana puts her hands on her hips. She looks even more dashing than usual. Ilan is feeling a little shy. He thought he asked for help from a couple nobodies like us, but now you've turned into the saviors of Canabras, Knights of the 5th Crusade, marked by Iomede's blessing. You still came to help him dig through a pile of junk. Sela frowns a little. Let's not talk about it. I assure you, I'm the same Sela, your friend from the League of the Cart. We came here to help you look for Elon's ring. By the way, where's Curl? He didn't come with us. He said an old wound was acting up. Alright, my friends, since we're here, let's finish this mission quickly. I really don't feel comfortable bothering the Knight Commander with my personal problems. What does the ring look like? Last time I saw the ring, it was my things in my traveling chest. Now the camp's in total disarray. I don't know how we'll ever find it. Made of shiny silver metal with a deep blue-green jewel. Can't miss it. Sounds delightful. I wish I possessed one of Master Derek's fine works. I've seen them from afar, worn by visitors to the Gwyrm Mansion, but I've never held one before. I was never allowed to approach important guests. I'm not one for florid compliments, my lady, but I suspect the master would happily give you one of his works as a gift. He does that from time to time when you meet someone whose beauty inspires him. Thank you, sir. Trinket worth several months' pay, Elon? The rules on the surface are insane. You should give your girls fried rats like we do. You'd save yourself a lot of trouble. Something wrong? Am I making you nervous? Young Knight is obviously embarrassed. I apologize. Jan is right. Much has changed since we met in Canabras. Some things for the better, some not at all. All right, off we go. All right, well, there's a secret rock here. Petrified eggs, oil, gold coins, and I don't really care about the armor.
I found something.
Something. Moonstone, a map, some other junk. Found the edge of the map.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Scale, potion mage armor. Scale and a flail. Nope. This way, please. This way. This camp looks like shit. Ground's trampled. There's signs of battle everywhere. The Houndhearts were clearly attacked by demons here.
it is done.
Torn Flag of the Hound Heart's a small but noble order of crusaders. Oh, huh. Glaive, animal hide, silver discs, gold coins, free tongue. Can't pass up a free tongue. Piece of an antique wing. Fragment of gold ring broken to pieces. Mysterious runes adorn the inside of the antique piece of jewelry. Perhaps once imbuing it with one or more powerful spells. Interesting. Oh, that might be for the storyteller. Urn, citrine, scabbard. Beads. Bone meal. Oh god. A quasit? Small quasit demon emerges from the chest. It looks at you angrily, screwing up its ugly little face. It's holding a shiny object in its paws. A sparkling silver ring with a large blue-green jewel. It's mine! Mine! Elon, look at that creepy thing. What's it holding? I've seen one of those before. These small demons like to tease and bully, but will bolt if it senses any real threat. Let's surround it and tackle it together before we can figure out what's happening. Oh, you got color sprayed, you idiots. That definitely won't happen to me. Mine! Quasit throws his paws in the air and splashes you with beams of color. You're insolent giggling. The demon is jumping up and down, throwing the ring into the air and catching it. Mine! Mine! Elon, Jana! They're all right. They'll come around soon. Quickly, Dolog. Let's catch the little rascal before it runs off with the ring. Oh, God. Oh, he's got the zoomies. Get his ass! Mine! Can't catch me, silly weak human! Don't get me, you're too slow, it's fun to play. Fragment of a gold wing. It's Curl! Before Elon manages to get to the quasit, the halfling Curl appears right next to it, quite out of nowhere. He snatches the ring from the demon's paws. You mustn't get it. Curl, what are you... What the hell? Thrusting yourself between Elon and Curl, Sela barely manages to absorb the blow aimed at the halfling. Elon, stop! Have you gone mad? He's using a summon spell. Why did you stop?
Save the last one for me.
Uh-oh. Whoa, that did a ton of damage. Hang on. Let's switch over to turn-based mode. Because I don't think we want to fuck around with the bows. Alright, we ain't greasing this guy.
Cover me, all right?
Cool. We got a bunch of stabs.
Forward!
Good. Alright, land. Let's see. That's that one. Oh, Jesus God. Never gets old. Oh. Alright, Camellia. You know, I haven't tried this yet. I'm gonna try this. I'm going to enlarge Sela. Shit, she's huge! Oh, he has a bit of luck, too. Protection from evil, restoration lesser, prayer. There's a couple prayers. Let's use that. And then...
Fall!
What's this? Oh, these can be used as swift actions. Okay. From the description... Oh, that's casting... Okay. No, but there's nobody around me. Alright, that's fine. Alright, we got that guy.
Take you.
Oh, yeah. Just hack him to pieces. Oh, God. Alright.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
We won't falter!
Crunch.
Endure this!
Splorch. Kind of amazed he misses something that big.
I will bring down the divine wrath!
There we go. Well done. She's still giant. Elan, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl without a second thought, without a trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all of this. He might be a victim himself. What am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew we thought there wouldn't be anyone at the camp besides some small harmless demons, so he set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had him targeting the commander from the start. Talk about believing the redemption of scoundrels. We barely know anything about what happened. Curl's a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they threatened him, tricked him, or even bewitched him with demon magic. And now we'll never know because you let him escape. Better let a thief escape than cut down an innocent. I'm going good on this. Elan thinks Seela was defending someone you thought was her friend, and she stopped you from doing something you might regret. I don't need a shepherd to light my path and save me from regrets. Can you say the same, Seela? Are you commander? Yes. You clearly have something to say. Go ahead then. Spit it out. Seela, I didn't want to say this, but I think of you as my friend, so I'm going to warn you. After what happened to the Grey Garrison, you're in serious danger, and maybe not just you. You might like to ignore military hierarchy and the rules of knightly orders, but there's wisdom in them that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises from a private to an officer, and knight begins as a squire. Even Iomede's paladins gain their abilities gradually, but not with you and the commander. You are granted incredible powers, far surpassing seasoned paladins with experience and skill far beyond your years. You received this gift just at the right moment and saved a lot of lives across Mendev. That's a great deed that will be remembered for ages to come. But what happened next was wrong. They began to worship you. The queen gave you such vast power, all while you sidestepped everything. Training, experience, hardship. This is not the first time Her Majesty has behaved rashly, and how much good has this brought Mendev? I'm frightened by what I see. Especially by the way that you, Seela, trust people so easily and leap into adventures without looking. One day you'll lower your sword when you should have driven the blade home. Just like thousands of bright-eyed youngsters will after you. I'm going to tell you the same thing, Commander. You made me a giant, Eli. So if I understand you correctly, I'm an incompetent leader who never earned my position. Not necessarily saying you're wrong. I'm just clarifying. Elon looks right at you with his clear blue eyes. Bear me no grudge, Commander. I'm not so ungrateful as to forget what you did for Canabras and how you agreed to help me. I said it to Sela and I'll say it again. This wasn't a reproach, but a warning. The power you've been given, it may be your undoing and the undoing of all the Crusaders along with you. Don't be afraid of what's new and unknown. We just need to bear in mind our responsibilities. Whatever was given to us, we can use it for good. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time and subjecting you to danger here. Now at least we know Curl is a traitor and Jan is a coward ready to abandon her friends when the going gets rough. I hope we'll all learn a lesson from these mistakes. As for that blasted ring, to hell with it. Kiana won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. He makes no attempt to conceal his disappointment. Nodding goodbye, he lowers his head and walks away. Sela watches as he leaves. Her expressive eyes are filled with sadness. Everything's become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, Dolok, let's go back. I'd like to talk to you about it later. I have a lot to think about. Well, shit. But hey, free hearts. Can't beat free hearts. Or free heart, singular. A whimsical berry. And edible moss. Oh, you can pick that.
This is my kind of work.
Hide, moonstone, claw, coins, berry mushroom. Town's been cut over from the inside. The knights apparently left it in a hurry. Falchion, special hops. I do wish they had given all of these items like flavor descriptions. 10 is different from the rest. A strong burnt smell around, a rustling sound coming from within. Hang on. Hat of Heartening Song. Whenever the wearer of this hat uses any song, the song also grants fast healing. We need a bard for that.
Can we retreat already?
Well, shit.
Still fight.
Fuck, man!
Make every strike count.
Please kill that thing. Ah, oh, damn it.
Don't worry about me.
Well, Camellia and Seal are dead.
Distract them for me.
All because Lan couldn't seal the deal.
Strike with all your might.
Wow. Actually, none of us can.
I call upon you.
Good lord.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
There we go. Alright, well, I guess we are heading back to camp after all. That went terribly. You have... Yes, you have channel positive energy. That'll at least get us back in some semblance of fighting shape. If I use all of it. Alright. Alright. Well, that happened.
Pretty good, aren't I? Aha!
Unidentified heavy shield. I don't know what it is, because I don't have Nenya with me.
March on.
Alright, I believe we checked... Yes, we checked this whole place. Yeah, we gotta channel them positive vibes, or else we will literally die. I still love camping, chat. Can't take that away from me. Now, Elias, maybe you want to boot up Baldur's Gate 1? Good! Good, I encourage you to. I'm finding CRPGs very gratifying these days. Rogue Trader was fantastic. This is fantastic. Already kind of thinking about what I might do after this. All right, well, we're in terrible shape. Let me flip back over to these guys. Oh, it's like a new day for them. Let's see here. Let's send the army. All right, fighty times. All right, 30 cultists, 10 fighters. Ugh, Brimarax. You can trust AI to control your army in battle by enabling the auto battle feature. No, thank you. I would like to fuck this up myself, thanks. Speed 3. So that was like 1, 2, 3. Okay. Get ourselves in position here. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Splorch. Good, good, good. That's a bit of a problem. That's a lot of dudes. I gotta get these numbers down. Ow, 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 ow. Ugh. Alright. Ah, shit, I wanted to finish off the Brimarax. What was that? Oh, high morale allows us to attack again. Great. Alright, so they're down. Oh, shit. I don't know that maneuvering is really going to do us any good here. Here's the thing, Baldur's Gate 1 is built on 3rd edition. The class race restrictions are so dumb. Jesus Christ, man. We did it, and we only lost half the army. What is this soft, kind man doing in a war? New victories brought you more finance points, which you can use to strengthen your army. Recruit new units. Click the recruit button on the panel on the left, the bottom of the screen. Your recruit units appear in Canabras. Okay. Crusaders stumbled upon a group of ragged and exhausted scouts that set on patrol mission deep in the Whirlwind when Canabras was attacked. Found themselves cut off and surrounded by demons. Surviving such hostile conditions was not easy. Scout spirits remained high and they readily joined the commander's forces. All right, more finance points obtained. Oh, I have a second army of scouts, of rangers. Okay, so we are not in good shape to fight any of these, so I think we better... What's this? Oh. Let's put you all together. Do we have a general? I can recruit a general. Oh, look at these people. That's cool. Cost 500 funds to recruit a general. What stuff do you do? Let's see, attack, defense, power, army size increase, okay. Ah, she has a feat that increases that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna recruit the chief. Yes. All right, so now I have a general for my army. All right. Still, we're not in great shape for the rest of this, so let's see. Where's that button? There's a recruit button. All right, how much does it cost? Use buy resources, damn, okay. Alright, well, it won't be cheap, but we can do it. And we might as well. Alright. So this is Army 2. So I guess I basically just need to reinforce that army. Okay. Playing with the army doesn't advance time. So while the army has movement points, I should be using them for stuff. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, we can actually move you out. I'm not super keen on that. Alright, there we go. Alright, so Army 1 is in position. What? Let's see. Okay. Alright, I think that's fine for today. This army is strong enough to take on these other armies. So we can go back to our main thing. We are in terrible shape, so let's go back to camp. All the characters are fatigued. No. I wanna go back to camp. Alright. Yes. I can sell all these dumb weapons we got. And Sela wants to talk.
Let us be off.
Oh. The hell do you want? Message from the commander. I'm the queen's bodyguard. She sent me to tell you she's arrived at Camp Incognito's plan. You can find her where the minor nightly orders are camped. Come if you wish to speak to her. Tell her I will come at once. All right. Not at once. How are things in the camp? Iomade be praised, everything's fine, we're well supplied, nobody's going hungry, and the sick, well, you can't run a military campaign without somebody getting sick. They aren't taking up any more beds than usual, except... I'm having a little problem with the soldiers' gear. The army has a standard that dictates who gets what, except the standard only good for fighting around Canabras. Needless to say, the conditions inside the Whirlwind are completely different. The scouts have been complaining. The local vegetation is like razor blades, they say, and is slashing the soles of their boots to ribbons. Their cloaks might protect from the cold, but they're useless against acid, snow, or caustic mist. The scouts are missing plenty of vital gear. A coil of rope is a simple thing. There's not even enough to go around. Can you imagine? How are they supposed to scale mountains with no ropes? I've been thinking, what if we issue them different equipment? The scouts, at least. I'm gonna leave it to him. I'm gonna leave it to his discretion. I'm gonna tell him to equip the soldiers as you see fit. That's more like it. I'll make sure the troops have everything they need and then some. An army moves faster if it has fleet-footed scouts. That is true. He is not wrong about that. All right, 19 masterwork scimitars I'm carrying around. Get rid of all the junk I don't need. Oh, this is the Divine Protector. Has additional damage resistance versus magic. Okay. That's all good. I think Sela can use that. Actually, do you have a... No, you don't have a shield. You have a boring shield. Well, we're going to fix that. Now you have a neat shield. Cool shield. $5 for that. Where are the minor nightlies? Oh, Queen's over here. Very subtle. Queen Galfrey nods you cordially as her armor's plain and unadorned. As promised, I entered the ranks incognito along with a few bodyguards. I have introduced myself as Kitrain, an old friend of yours. I'm a knight of minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Anivia to sniff me out. Why did you decide to join the Crusade after all? Because I have a curious mind. I'm quite unable to sit and do nothing for long. You called that. You called that. You asked a difficult question. I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction was so chaos among our forces. However, I'm not only a queen, I'm also a paladin of Iomade. It's not in my nature to sit in a palace with my sword sheathed. In a manner of speaking, your request is simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong, crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I'm curious to see my new knight commander in action. I have a question for you as well. Why did you wish me to join you on the crusade? Well, certainly not this one. We already have a husbando. This is silly because they're not supposed to know she's here. Glad to have the glorious Crusader Queen at my side. I hope that doesn't sound too, I don't know. Something. Well, that's a fair enough motive. The camaraderie of combat, fighting shoulder to shoulder for such for a warrior, such things are priceless. Interesting one. May I ask you a personal question? I've learned so much about Queen Galfrey from chronicles and legends. What about the other Queen Galfrey, the one that historians and bards cannot see? Queen smells faintly. That Galfrey is an old woman, weighed down by a great burden. But she has not lost her passion. She'll make the feathers fly when the time comes. Jesus Christ. So you can try to romance the queen, I guess? Maybe feathers won't be the only things flying. It's good you're still full of life despite your advanced age. I'll go with the first one. Mendev is lucky to have such a queen. I'm twice as lucky for she's agreed to fight by my side. Strange you say agreed to fight by my side, but what I hear is agreed to go on a date with me. No! Really think you're the first person to attempt to charm me with such words? You're not. If you want to impress me, you'll have to do better than that. Well, I don't. How's it feel living for so long beyond all natural limits? You're over 100 years old, my queen, aren't you? I understand why you asked. We humans share this world with races whose life expectancy is much longer than ours. When I was young, I also used to ask every elf or dwarf I met how it felt to live 100 years. I shall answer thus. The decision to prolong my life was not mine. It was the decision of the Church of Iomade. The Sun Orchid elixirs have been paid for by the Church. The priest determined that I was in need in these dark times, both as a ruler and a chosen paladin of Iomade. I accepted the decision and the great responsibility it entails. Why did you entrust me with Darren? I saw such a wonderful opportunity to teach the Count a lesson and just couldn't resist. Honestly, I expected you to dismiss him forthwith. The Count would have been forced to return to court a laughingstock. It would have been a truly sobering experience. There's nothing more disgraceful for a Mendevian nobleman than to be discharged like that. Darren Arende. He was such a lovely child. His mother, Lady Solana, was one of the most gracious people I've ever met. She was amiable yet decorous and truly kind. Bonds of kinship among the nobility are on the whole highly practical and only useful for forming alliances, but Countess Arende managed to become a true member of my family. I suppose that is why I spent so much time believing her son to be a better person than he actually was. His company is a heavy burden. Still, I must admit that I'm quite pleased that you decided to keep him on as a companion. There's a small chance that once he has had a true taste of the Crusade life, the Count will finally cease to mock the Crusaders as cynically as he is wont to do. Yeah, don't hold your breath on that one. Given an army and the title of Knight Commander to a stranger. Why? Because for 100 years I've protected my lands, trying to drive the demon horde back into the abyss. I've tried every right and rational method. My armies have been led by the greatest generals, even Iomede's angels. My goddess's herald created the wardstones for us. We've tasted victory more than once, but we have failed to close the world wound. As for you, do not call yourself a stranger. You're the savior of Canabras. Hundreds of people saw the power that descended upon you and turned the demons to dust. It's a sign they've awaited for decades, a sign for all loyal hearts and followers of Iomade. The time has come. Hope has been rekindled in the hearts of my subjects thanks to you. Hope is a priceless resource. I had no choice but to give it wings. You called it the sign they've been waiting for. I take it you're reserving judgment. Your question seems to catch the queen off balance. A strange spark flashed in her eyes. When Erodin perished and Iomade took over his legacy, I was among the first to serve the new goddess. I helped restore a church from the ashes left by the chaos after Erodin's death. Since then, I've served the inheritor loyally and truthfully. I like to believe that I've earned the blessing of my goddess. The queen's voice is surprisingly ardent. After I learned of what happened in Canabras, when I met your defender's heart, I had so many questions. Is it true what happened was Iomede's work? Why did she give the power to someone unknown rather than one of her most loyal followers? Could it be that my faith has grown weak and I don't recognize the deeds of my goddess even when they are happening right in front of me? Is the goddess somehow testing me? These doubts were like poison. But I refused to let them poison me. I gave you an army, declared you knight commander, and accepted you as I would anyone chosen by the goddess. Alright, I must go. Alright, I've completed an errand and gained some experience. Where are we on questing, anyway? Alright, we know where Jernaw's place is. This needs to happen. Oh yeah, we need to talk to Sela. According to Chronicles, one of the Crusades relics was lost in lands the commander's army is about to pass through. Alright, we need to explore the bank of the Selin River. Sela is straight ahead. There she is. She looks sad and pensive. It's good to see you. Get this. Jana, the one who ran away when we were attacked by demons, never went back to her unit. She was seen running towards Numeria. Looks like she deserted. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about, or not the only thing. Since our raid on the Houndheart's camp, I've had the sinking feeling that I made a mistake. Dragging you into this, I mean. I should have known that a raid along the edge of the world wound wouldn't be so easy. But mostly I was wrong about a lot of people. About Jana who lost her nerve and abandoned her friends. About Curl. I knew he was a thief, but I really thought he turned over a new leaf and deserved a little compassion and trust. And Elon. I thought we were kindred spirits, friends through thick and thin. It looks like I was wrong about him too. All right. All right, well, we don't have a whole lot of options here. I'm going to go with good. Don't lose your trust in people, Sela. So what if you made a few mistakes? No reason to give up on your ideals. Someone has to show the people that there's a better path. Sela's expression brightens. Thank you, my friend. I needed that support. I really like Sela. Thanks for listening to my grumbling, for helping me get to the bottom of this. I'm not going to leave things as they stand. If I get the chance, I'll track down Jana and see if I can talk some sense into her. And I'll find out why Curl did what he did. I can't stop thinking about what Elon told me in the end. I really have become more powerful than paladins who are far more experienced and selfless than me. There's something not right about it. The servant of Iomedae should gain their powers through dedicated personal effort. It's the only way they'll to make sure they'll use the power for good. Our journey so far, it's all wrong, and it means I need to be 3 times as hard on myself now. I wouldn't go that far, but you know. Better making those mistakes of compassion than not, yeah. I want... check the field medic's tent. Whoa, what was that? A note. May Canabras be damned. Holy shit, what the hell is this? I spit on the streets of Canabras. I spit on its granite walls and stained glass windows. If tomorrow the ground trembles, splits apart, and devours this cursed city, I will not shed one tear. Not here, not a single soul deserves any compassion. Everyone who lives in the city is a criminal. If there ain't justice in the world, every one of them would be hanged from the gallows. Prelate Halrin and Queen Galfrey chief among them. Ask anyone on the street what they know of mongrels. No. As long as it doesn't change, any demon who desires to fight a demon should take a knife and stab themselves in the stomach. For your city's already rotted and you're no better than the demons. And if anyone would repent and right this terrible wrong, they should turn their weapons on the prudish paladins who preach good but defend an order that flies in the face of justice. Down with the paladins, down with Prelate Halrin, down with Queen Galfrey. So it seems like one of the mongrels didn't like how things shook out. How's where Social is? And Rathamus. Can I help? Can I expect scrolls? Read scrolls for you. Yeah, didn't like is a bit of an understatement. True enough. True enough. There are a lot of scrolls in this. What the hell is a Pearl of Power? Potent aid to spellcasters. Once per day on command, a Pearl of Power enables the processor to recall any one spell they have prepared and then cast that day. Huh, okay. As you say. Wow, he is stocked. What's the button for... There we go. Let's see. 150 per each. Let's get a couple of these. Neither broaching upon the topic of why the heroes are so much stronger than more experienced and faithful veterans, especially in a realm where faith to God's a real thing. Very true, yes. I will say, Alcat, my experience with Alcat and Rogue Trader, the writers really do like to look at all sides of an issue. They really do like to examine some of the more interesting implications of what's going on, not just the obvious stuff. You're afraid the mongrels would not be appreciated? I know. It's a shame, but... Teacher, what's this word? Orthopraxy. It means things should be done right, not slapdash. Alright, I believe we're all still in terrible shape, yes? Well, see, we need to rest up so Sela doesn't die if she gets stabbed again. Mr. Hawkblade. And Evia's just hanging out here. Alright, we'll rest. What do you do when it looks like everything's going to hell in a handbasket and prayers aren't helping? I take myself off somewhere quiet and just hack and slash with my sword until I can't stand anymore. Sounds therapeutic. I know the feeling. When I need to clear my thoughts, it's not a sword I reach for, but a brush. Okay. Fascinating stuff. All right, I think I can go straight out of camp. So let's save here and move on. I'm gonna swap some people around. I'm gonna take Darren this time. Take Nenio. That should be fine. Yeah. I feel like I don't want to go anywhere without Sela. It's nice having another tanky melee person. Alright, armies-wise. Alright, these guys are fresh and ready to fight. Alright, let me see if I can clear out some of these bugs. Hopefully this won't go too badly. Depending on the mythic path you've chosen, different units and rituals become available to your army. Really? That's interesting. Oh god, shit. Oh, I pushed a button and I didn't mean to. That was a mistake. General actions. Once per round before the action of any allied unit, a general can use an ability or spell. Abilities generals have a limited number of uses per battle. Solar wizards do not have the restriction that their use requires spending the general's energy. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, that's infirmary size. The Scorching Ray is a spell-like ability. Yeah, they crammed a lot into this. Cool, okay. I did them in. Nice. Can you hit them from there? You can, good, perfect, excellent. Ow. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. Okay, we should be fine on this one. them down. All right, cool. Flies undone. Okay, cool. Now that we have a general, we can get units replenished to the infirmary. Man, I wish they had informed me about generals before I lost half my army earlier. Defeated first enemy, received a number of finance points. No, that's not my first enemy. Oh yeah, now they're tutorializing me about generals. Damn it, game. Seminal battle between crusaders and demons still strewn with thousands of corpses. A stench of death hangs and thick in the air while the survivors lurch around the battlefield, looting whatever they can. The dead, after all, won't need their trinkets and keepsakes anytime soon. All right, well, we don't want to go into that demon army. There's something else down here, though. I don't think that's going to be for the army, though. I'm going to push up this way. Moondance Meadow. 7221. This is 25, 25, 20. Let's see if I can do this one. All right, the enemy general. The enemy has a general this time. It looks like they can move 2 squares at a time, so we'll set up first. Can you... Oh god, yes. Get rid of these fucking cultist fighters. Good. Very good indeed. Attack her from here. There we go. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna use this to get rid of. Let's see here. Okay, we should be okay. There we go. Excellent. Oh no! My archers! Gross, man. Fuck off. Get off the archers! See, this is why zones of control are important. There we go. All right, and all these guys will be healed back up. Great. See, that makes a big difference. Actually being able to heal back all the people you lose in these battles. Military camp has moved to different locations. You progress, completing one stage of crusade after another. Your camp will occasionally relocate. Okay, good. I was wondering about that. I didn't want to have to go all the way back to that camp every single time. Crusader unit advancing north, encountering a cultist band eliminated. The servants of the Abyss have been transporting prisoners of war to Dresden. The remains of the garrison from Villareth Ford, which have been captured by the demons. Exhausted and wounded, the warriors adamantly refused to depart. for the relative safety of Canabras and instead asked to join the commander's forces. Excellent. Yes, I know how to merge the split units, thank you. Squad of Crusaders was caught in a sudden storm from the west. It lasted only a few minutes, but the unnatural lightning made up of electricity, flames, acid, and ice left several soldiers dead. The ease with which the forces of nature brutally claimed the lives of the comrades has demoralized the Crusaders. Outpost at Villareth Ford, which straddles the West Selen crossing and is of strategic importance, has been taken. The cultists are destroyed, and the commander's army is able to operate on both sides of the river. Good. All right, so we got... All right, we got some more scouts. No, I don't want that. I want that. All right. Ice lightning must be heavy. Yeah, no kidding. Let's see. What happens when we go this way? Okay, we don't want to go that way. That's a scary demon army. Okay, that links us up with these folks. Okay. That looks like a bunch of zombies. Let's see if we can get them. Yes, okay. We got one more fight in him this day. Ow. My defense was not total enough. Oh man, these guys are thick. All right. Man. All right, we're gonna need some more support on this. Whoa! Oh, I think he was demoralized. I need that to not happen. Okay. Oh, they can't finish him. Shit. Okay. Okay, good. That's one unit down at least. Oh, something's going on. The attack is wearing them down. Okay. Yeah, we need to end this soon. Okay. Well, I'd use all my magic, but it was worth it. All right. I did lose a couple guys who couldn't be restored. Corpse and tattered scouts came bearing the emblem of the crusade was leading the undead squad. He battled on until he ran out of bolts and desperately tried to conceal his crossbow with his own body when the soldiers were hacking off his limbs. Yikes. I got the crossbow of judgment. That's cool. I accept. No, I don't want that. It's actually kind of hard to click on these. Merge these into one big unit of rangers. Oh. Oh, she leveled up. Cool. Choose ability. Cause fear. Target receives penalty combat morale. Enemy is penalty attack. Titan gains bonus to armor class. Bonus to attack. I think maybe bless. So what's this? Oh, nice. Cool. Okay. All right. So that's all of them sorted, I think. All right. Let's go back to the camp left without us. That's kind of funny. Let's travel up to here. All right, we got a random encounter.
They will break against our
What do we got? Ew. Ferocious shears. Okay. Less. All right. Oh, several shears. Ow, Christ. Charge his ass. There you go. Oh, that's what they're doing. All right, Nenio. Wait, I think I can color spray. Yeah, I can color spray both these guys. Oh, we got an attack of opportunity, though. I'm gonna make you do it again. Oh, that was this one. Okay. That's right. That's right. Most enemies and allies only get a single attack of opportunity per round. I have to keep that in mind. Lan.
You won't survive me.
Can you see this guy? What a horrible way to die. Jesus Christ.
You are today's sacrifice.
That's kind of messed up, but okay. Stop presenting. That's okay.
We can do it.
Nice. All right, Darren. Shoot him.
Out of my sight.
Don't miss. Sela, can you finish this guy? God damn it. Okay, good. He missed too. Feel a little better.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Oh my god. All right, Lan, just worry about this guy. I know ranged attacks get a penalty for enemies that are engaged, but come on.
Go for their hearts.
One of those should have hit, really. All right, there we go. All right, other than Nenio getting shit on, that went pretty well. Yamcha pose. All right. Did that make cool shit? That's not helpful. Some masterwork bardishes. 14 pounds isn't worth it. It's fine. What's out here? Nightingale Grove. This inconspicuous grove near the border of the world wound is nearly untouched by the foul energy of the abyss. The rare traveler who dares pass through here can enjoy the songs of the nightingales in the trees, only to remember too late the last birds fled this region too. Well, let's check it the fuck out. There's someone on the road. This is a camp. Through the mist, you spot the flickering flames of a campfire. 3 figures wrapped in crusader cloaks are huddled next to it. A stout, smiling dwarf, a brash, dark-haired halfling, and a delicate-looking woman who appears to be very young. Crackling campfires driving away the bleak fog and promising warmth and rest for tired legs. Velm. Noticing you, the halfling's hand jerks towards his weapon, but then he relaxes. Hey, it's the commander himself! Don't just stand there, have a seat by the fire. It's a bit damp today. You might as well dry off at least. The evil attack. You seem suspicious. I'll kill you just in case. Who are you? Failed. Frontline scouting party. Our senior sent us ahead to look for ambushes. We've been walking all day, so we're making a bivouac. Go ahead, help yourself to some tea. It's an honor for us to be sharing campfire with the commander. I get really nervous when I fail a check and get a response like this. Dusty boots and patched clothes and cloaks and the mess kits lying next to the campfire all mark these 3 as seasoned scouts. Broad smile blossoms on Sela's face. I never thought we'd run into such jovial company out here. I don't suppose you guys have anything stronger than tea in your canteens. Perception? Succeeded. The location of the camp was chosen wisely. It's safe and quiet here. No tracks in sight. The air is calm, but an odd feeling of wrongness lances through you like a sting from an angry wasp. Something isn't right. It's quiet here, all right, as the grave. I don't know why, but I don't like the feel of this place. It makes my scales stand on end. What are your names? Proud lifting his chin, which bears a white scar, the halfling says, I'm Sergeant Velm, the leader of this gang of daredevils. Tell by his appearance that he's a fighter. He sports a nose that's been broken more than once, well-figured, gutsy spark, all hallmarks of a feisty, courageous warrior. Dwarf grunts and grins. Why would you call our heroic squad a gang, Velm? I'm Tran, foot soldier, cook, quartermaster, and the mother hen of this lot, the one who sets up the tent for Asti, given that she doesn't even have the muscle to drive a stake into the ground. The sweet and terribly young cleric opens her mouth to say something, but shuts it immediately and blushes even more. Finally, she mutters sheepishly, I'm Asti, pleased to... I mean, at your service, Commander. Tran writes. Aren't you scared camped out here in enemy territory? Dwarf gives you a disapproving sidelong glance. You wound me, Commander. I've walked many roads. I know a good spot for a camp when I see one. Even if a whole column of cultists marched by, they wouldn't think of checking this place. In the meantime, we watch quietly and count every last one. The thoroughly embarrassed, Asti adopts a serious tone and comments in Tran's direction. You and your boasting. Ah! I know this, like, I know the smart money is on drawing my weapon and attacking. I just feel really wrong about doing that. I know something's wrong, but I don't know what. And I don't want to just, like, straight try to murder these people without knowing what it is, so... I'm gonna walk into a trap, chat. I'm gonna sit by the campfire. You bet we're offering. I'm not gonna pass that. It's just such extraordinary tea. Tell the commander knows more about cooking than some. It's cat's holly. I brought it from a merchant from Absalom. Worth every coin, though. Cheers are not always particularly imaginative when it comes to naming plants. Frogs, grass, bears, moss, tiger, sundew. Looks like a cat holly as well. Okay. Not gonna drink the tea, though. Afraid I have no time to spare. You attempt to stand, but your legs give out from exhaustion. Your whole body protests against the mere thought of going anywhere. The sudden weakness you're feeling is very suspicious. Sickly sweet scent coming from the mug in your hands leads you to think you've been drugged. I didn't drink it, though. Coming out, Commander. Where's the sense in going ahead of the scouts? We walk right into the enemy lines. All right, I'm attacking. Springing brazenly, the halfling licks his lip with a surprisingly long, pustule-covered red tongue. Would you look at that? He didn't buy it. Enough of this masquerade, then, everyone. No more games. The figures by the fire ripple and transform. 3 gray-haired and dark-skinned elves watch you with mocking sneers. Their twisted, grimacing faces look demonic. From the haze, more previously unseen shadows materialize. They're all just as loathsome and unsettling. Campfire emits a sickly, sweet, intoxicating smell. In a squat kettle, you see some slimy mushrooms swimming in disgusting, boiling slurry. Who are you? Most pretending to be halfling Vel makes a face mimicking an obnoxious voice. Who are you? We're the servants of Lord Discari and the pitiful insect that got caught in our web. Did you like Sweet Lassie? Did you want to play with her in your tent? No. Monsters! I did not see you for what you are right at the start. I mean, I didn't either, so. Dumb paladin. You ever think your ability to sense evil can't be fooled? Lady Anamora taught us long ago how to trick the likes of you. Ways to conceal the evil in one's heart are not a recent invention. Your Anamora deserves no credit for devising them. I'm not gonna ask what the point of this charade was. It was to trap me. Let's attack.
The heartbeat quickens.
All right. Nice miss, idiot. I am not impressed. Let's see here. Yeah. Turn Dolok into Dolok. All right, fine. We will embiggen Dolok. Noom. Oh God, somebody's firing from outside the camp even. God, these people suck. It's hilarious. All right, I'm gonna bless everybody who's not Dolok. All right, Lan. I'm gonna get Lan. Oh, they're up there. Can you take care of that crossbowman, actually? Hang on. Try this. Oh, that's okay. That was a standard action. All right, well, here, move up a little bit. Don't get yourself in trouble. Nen-eo. Oh, I already used color spray. Always got the hole. Let's see if we can blind Velm. Or you can miss. Missing is also an option. How do you miss somebody this big? I can't get over it. That hurt. All right. All right, we're gonna use cleave. And we missed. Okay. I think your dice are broken. Yeah, dude is carrying around a barn door. It's great. Good lord, man.
Yes.
Alright. Sometimes they hit. On rare occasions.
I'll cut you wide open.
I'll cut you wide open! The occasional hits they do get in do hurt. Alright. Let's get you up here with everybody else. Oh, I think it's time to shake some bones. Let's shake out Asti's bones. That's such a fucked up spell, I love it.
Make every strike count.
Damn. Only one hit out of those. Nenio, can you hit? Might be better to focus on these people. Those has a noise like metal on metal, and some misses represent your armor turning to blow aside. They should, yeah. They should. If I remember correctly, Rogue Trader actually distinguishes between dodges, parries, and deflections. Which is rather nice. You know, it just shoot
You're
him.
irrelevant.
Oh my god! She critted the fuck out of that Magus. Death by attack of opportunity.
The inheritor, guide my
There you go. Don't lock him. Dolocked. You have been dolocked. Wow, there's still a guy over there. How weird.
The spirits demand your blood.
Splorch. 3 misses in a row. Incredible. Hit, please?
I will see to your demise.
Okay, good. That hit. Land.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay. Getting there.
Mind over muscle.
There we go. That was amazing.
The light. Take you.
Strike with all your might.
Dolocked.
Yes.
You are today's sacrifice.
Or not.
Precision.
Didn't even hit that one.
And grace.
Nice. Good shot.
You won't survive me.
Trick shot.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Did I mess up again? Into the fray.
Can you charge them, please? Yeah, I made sure to leave the path clear for Dolok. Boom! Okay, that felt pretty good. That felt pretty good. Alright. Fucking drow. Ooh. Quiver of cold iron ammunition. Masterwork composite. Okay. Nice. I dig it. Stuff. Things. Other stuff. more things. And then let's get that one.
Did we find trouble?
Oh shit! Wait, why are there more? What the fuck? Oh shit! I didn't realize it auto turned over his turn. God damn. Well, it's not like it matters. We're all flat-footed anyway. I think everybody was surprised.
Endure this.
Okay. Yeah.
Short work of this.
Alright. That Knife Master ain't got much left in the tank. Don't stab my boy. Dolak coming. Dolak sees you.
No glory without risk.
Let me get right in your way. Just directly in your way. Isn't a second edition earlier Drow special magic gear that only worked for them, mostly because it break down after too long in the surface world? Alright, let's... Yeah, I know, shut up.
Make every strike count. Out of my sight.
I probably should have rattled your bones. Dolak found you.
We can do it.
There we go. All right. All right, well, from now on, we move as a squad.
Follow me.
Okay. This map area is a little bigger than I expected.
What's that?
What's what? That. Stuff. Well, I gotta say, Dolak seems perfectly effective with his tower shield and his heavy mace, and he's definitely taking less damage than he was with the greatsword. So, I guess I just made some unwise early choices there. But you know what? These things happen, chat. Live and learn, or die and learn, as the case may be. So, speaking of which, I think this is where we're gonna stop for the night. Finally taking advantage of your shield mastery. I am, although I don't fully understand the whole shield principle, and I instead decided to use a barn door to defend myself, but if it works, if the shield fits, wear it. All right, chat. We've done a lot today. We've gotten the crusade underway. We've learned a lot about army management. We've killed a lot of demons. So earlier, not even half hour over time. No, I need sleep. It's been a busy day. It's been a long day. Let me check the vote. Let me see how the vote shook out tonight. See if we'll be continuing this next week. And it looks like... Ooh. It looks like we will be continuing this next week, but by a rather narrow margin. So... All right. So, anyway, the plan for the rest of this week then. Tomorrow night is the Power Hours. We're back to February 1995, somewhere in the middle of the magazine, I think. We'll most likely be continuing that on Saturday as well. Friday is a surprise to everyone. It's a secret to everyone. I don't know what... I haven't decided what Friday is going to be, so we'll see what it is. There's no stream on Sunday because I don't stream on Sundays. And then Monday, we'll be right back here. We'll see if we can get to that Nightingale Grove. We'll explore more of the area. We'll send our armies on to cleave up more demons. The democratic playthrough continues for now. So yes, let's get out of here. And let's find somebody to raid, shall we? Let's see here. And once again, nobody I know is up. Interesting. So I guess I'll just let you go tonight, chat. You're free. You're free to wander off and go to bed or not, or get on with your day, whatever time it is there. Anyway, chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for another eventful evening of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. The Crusade management stuff is very interesting. I certainly don't hate it, but it's not my favorite thing that I've done in this game, certainly. Personally, I think they came up with some better, like management stuff to do in Rogue Trader. I found that particularly compelling, but we'll see how it goes on Monday, won't we? Hopefully I will see you all then. But before that, hopefully I will see you all out tomorrow night for the Power Hours. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.